Hello and welcome to week 14 here on the Sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. I'm Kelly Singh. Let's get into it.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh.
Murray heaves it downfield. It's caught. It is caught. DeAndre Hopkins. Miraculous. It's Murray magic.
The Sickest Arizona Cardinals podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Hey everybody, again, welcome to the Arizona Cardinals Sickest podcast. I got that all mixed up, but you know what I meant. The Sick Podcast with me, Kelly Singh, and I cannot believe it is already week 14, and I can't thank you enough for coming along on this journey with me. It's been really exciting. We are finally ranking in Apple Podcasts, which is so exciting, and just growing, leaps and bounds with every episode. So again, thank you so much for your support, for your tweets, for your comments, for your likes, for your views. And I just feel so grateful to be able to share about the game that I love and my hometown team, the Arizona Cardinals. I almost said the Phoenix Cardinals because that's what they were when they came to town. But anyway, I digress. I'd like to start with some good news, some really good, exciting news shared today. Zach Ertz was named the Arizona Cardinals Walter Payton Man of the Year. And I have said this since Zach and Julie Ertz came to town. They are probably the most generous couple. It's pretty amazing that Zach Ertz has been named the Man of the Year, but I want to call out Julie Ertz as well. Not only is she a soccer player, an amazing athlete, she is half of this partnership that's allowed Zach to be named the Arizona Cardinals Walter Payton Man of the Year. They do this together as a team. And what they do actually for the Arizona community, I just want to read a little bit for you. They have a foundation, the Ertz Family Foundation. And what they've done is created something called Score More and Feed More. Yes, Score More and Feed More. It's an initiative where they are providing meals to Arizona food banks for every touchdown that the Cardinals have scored this season. Now, I know this season hasn't been that thrilling. However, when we look at last season, Score More and Feed More, man, that's a mouthful. Score More and Feed More initiative, it helped to provide 150,000 meals to food banks in Arizona. Zach and Julie have pledged to provide 500,000 meals to food banks. So despite however the team plays, we know that's just, the hook, the gimmick, the marketing. But behind it are real people like Zach and Julie Ertz who are going to pledge a certain amount of 500,000 meals to help feed Arizona families at Arizona food banks. And this is the third year that they have partnered together with the Athletes Corner to help fight hunger. I mean, oftentimes we think hunger is something that happens in other countries and third world countries, but no, I mean, the U.S. has a huge hunger problem. And I don't want to get on a soapbox because we're here to talk about football, but I love that they are helping to combat the hunger problem, the hunger epidemic in their community here in Arizona. So right now, the two foundations have, over the last 3 years, provided 1.4 million meals to families in need through Feeding America. And I think it's well worth noting that they do this as a team, despite Zach Ertz being nominated as the Walter Payton Man of the Year. The Cardinals will give a donation of $40,000 in Zach Ertz's name, and I'm sure he's going to, put that towards the foundation and feeding America. They haven't said where he would put it, I don't think yet, but that's just my guess. So that's some really good, exciting news, because whether it was in Philadelphia when he was with the Eagles or here in Arizona, Zach and Julie just really have a heart for their communities. And it's something that I know I love to see, and hopefully you do too. It makes it adds an extra level of fun when you're watching football, knowing that it's not just a game, that there are actual initiatives and good being done through these wealthy teams, through the NFL, and through the goodness of the players. So yay, congratulations to Zach Ertz on being nominated the Arizona Cardinals Walter Payton Man of the Year, and Julie for being just as involved as Zach is. I nominate you my Walter Payton Woman of the Year. How's that? So more news. I'm going to keep going on the little news front here. The Athletic, which you do need a subscription to read. So I'm just going to share it with you so you don't have to go pay the $1.99 a month. Please don't hate me, The Athletic. I'm not quoting from your article, I promise. The Athletic has published a draft order projection following Week 13's results, and projecting that the Cardinals will end the season with 6.3 wins, which would put them 8th in the 2023 NFL draft. Not sure how to feel about it. I think it's, it's good. 8th is a great, top-ish pick. So we should be able to get some good talent there. Are there any late season surprises that might upset the published predicted draft order? Maybe, kind of. Are they surprises? Probably not really, but there are teams still on the bubble. However, the Cardinals are not one of them. Our fate has pretty much been sealed. So look for us to be drafting around the 8th mark there. I did get to go to the draft for 2022, and holy cow, was it exciting. It was so much fun. And being able to see a lot of these rookies take the field this year has been even more exciting. I hate that there's been so much injury that brings these rookies to the field, but it's really fun to see them right out of the gate. Like literally just in April, I was interviewing them at a press table in a press conference room, asking them questions. And the next thing I know, they're on my TV scoring and creating an impact for their teams. So I hope I get to go again this year, whether I get to represent the Sick podcast or I get to represent women of fantasy football, which is something I'm very passionate about. It's going to be something that I strive for again this year so that I can bring you the updates as they happen. So on that note, be sure to follow at SickPodKelly on Twitter and at Kelly in Phoenix on Twitter, where you can catch the latest Cardinals updates and other randomness. I say other randomness because I do post a lot of randomness, but hopefully it's enjoyable. Okay, moving on. Let's look ahead to our next matchup. Following a restful bye week, the Cardinals will face the Patriots in Week 14 Monday Night Football. Bill Belichick says that Hopkins is, and I quote, as good a wide receiver as he's seen in his coaching career. Okay. That's a little, I don't know. Is that supposed to blow me away? But he goes on and says he's got tremendous ball skills. He catches everything. He has great hands. He's never covered. Even if he's covered, there's a place the ball can be that he can get it and still make the catch. Okay. Bill, are you trying to butter up D-Hop? Hands off. He is taken. Stop the little buttering up there. We don't need that. We don't need that, Bill. Do you think the Cardinals can take the Patriots? I think that they can. I think that there's a pretty good chance. And when you look at the odds, I just happened to pull up Yahoo Sportsbook along with BetMGM Sportsbook. And money line is going towards New England, minus 120 and plus 100 Cardinals. So not too shabby. It's not looking like a blowout. We talk about the spread. We're looking at 1.5. I have seen it inching up to 2 on other platforms. So there you have it. The point spread is very low. The money line's fairly even, fairly close. I think you're in good shape to bet on the Cardinals. Now the over-under is 45 total points. That is a heck of a lot of points. So I feel like we're being set up to believe that this is going to be a Monday night battle. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts. Patriots versus Cardinals, Monday Night Football. I believe it's on the 14th, maybe. If I have my dates right, I could pull up a calendar and let you know. Monday Night Football is the 12th, not the 14th. So there you have it. December 12th, Monday Night Football, Cardinals versus the Patriots. I did pull up some of our injury report because I think that's important for us to look at. When we look at New England, they haven't updated for week 14. So we don't get a whole lot. And I know Bill Belichick likes to keep things close to the vest. As of week 13, there was Damian Harris, running back. He had a thigh injury and did not practice, and he had been out. They have offensive tackle Isaiah Wynn out with a foot injury, did not practice. He was out. They have plenty of injuries going on, especially on offensive tackles and cornerbacks. They're super hurting. We had Jacoby Myers, wide receiver, obviously. He's questionable with a shoulder injury last week and was limited in practice. Who knows how that is going to play out. And Devontae Parker, knee injury, and we're not seeing any updates that are promising there. So plenty beat up Patriots going into this week, which leaves us with what's going on with the Cardinals. So the Cardinals have updated for week 14 so far. And what we have, I have a feeling that they use week 13 to bleed into 14 here. But Greg Dortch listed as questionable with a thumb injury. So we'll have to see how that plays out in Wednesday, Thursdays, Fridays practices, as he did not practice last week, of course, because they were on a bye and they were resting. So hopefully that thumb is in much better shape. Dortch, we need you. Dortch the torch. We also had Rondale Moore with that pesky groin injury. I'm hoping that he was able to get some rest, will come back refreshed and able to play, because man, does he light up the field when he gets a chance to play. I know I gush week after week, one of my favorites, but I love watching Rondale Moore out there just, I don't want to say scurrying. Scurrying sounds so strange, not scurrying. He is powerful, bursting through, getting, 5-10 yards at the most there, but powerful, impactful, and also making catches that not many people other than D-Hop could make. So hopeful Rondale Moore comes back. Otherwise, I know that we would see a lot more of Greg Dortch. We obviously have Zach Ertz, our Walter Payton Man of the Year, is out for the season with a knee injury, which is horrible. DJ Humphries, offensive tackle, back injury. Love to see him back at it. And then there's some rando news here that we haven't really got too many updates, sadly, on our quarterback situation. As of last week, McSorley was out with illness. Kyler had a hamstring injury. Colt McCoy had a right elbow injury. But I'm sure things will come together, as they always seem to do right at that last minute, which isn't super helpful as we're trying to plan out any DFS lines, any fantasy benches. But keep an eye on things. It seems we have plenty of time. We have basically a full week. So I would anticipate that many of those injuries, especially being off on the bye week, are going to resolve themselves, and we will have a fairly healthy Cardinals team. I'm going to call out our little friend out there, Donnie Druin. If you get some news, please send it our way. Give us an update. I would love to share what you find out today after you've been in the Cardinals press room. Donnie is our favorite beat reporter and friend of the show. So stay tuned. Follow at SickPod Kelly and Kelly in Phoenix for the latest updates. That's pretty much it. I want to come back to you again this week on Thursday. I'm going to bring a guest that is a Patriots fan and our first female guest, believe it or not, on the show. I'm going to bring to you my co-host with Women of Fantasy Football, Faith. She's fantastic. You can follow her on Twitter, Leap of Faith FF, and talk about some fiery discussions. I think we will have a very good discussion of the Patriots versus the Cardinals. Despite it not having much impact on our season, football is still here and it's fun to watch, and it's Monday night and it's prime time. So I want to dig in with my friend Faith and hear what she has to say about her New England Patriots as they match up with our Arizona Cardinals. So be sure to tune in later this week for that interview. And that's about it. I gave you a good, 15 minutes, bite size. We got news. We got awards. We've got a little bit of injury report, which is kind of incomplete being on a Tuesday. We got some betting strategy in, action-packed, I tell you. So yeah, anyway, again, tune in later this week and we'll have some additional insight on the Week 14 matchup. Thanks so much for watching or listening. Be sure to like, comment, share, tweet at us. I appreciate it so much. And a big thanks to my production team for giving me a place to ramble. Take care. See you later. Bye.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast with Kelly Singh on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.